Hey, what's up, everybody? It's BDF44 coming at you with another video. You know me. I don't care if you can see me or not. Sometimes I care, sometimes I don't. Today I don't. So this is audio, or you're looking at teeth. But anyway. So, man, this is what we got going on. Jamal Murray is hurt. Torn ACL, if I'm not mistaken. That's going to leave him out for the season. That is a horrible, horrible blow to the Denver Nuggets, who just acquired Aaron Gordon and JaVale McGee. Um, they were pretty much a team, in my opinion, that didn't have too many weaknesses. I think the only thing that could really harm them is the fact that they would be overpowered by the superstardom of a guy like LeBron James and a guy like Anthony Davis. I really thought that was the only thing in the way of Denver this year. But without Jamal Murray, that's going to have to, that's going to have to be adjusted a bit. And I say a bit because, to be completely honest with you, I don't see Jamal Murray's role this year as important as it was last year for that team. I think even though Jamal Murray is their clear-cut closer, what you didn't have last year that you do have this year is a clear-cut, bona fide, fully developed Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr. had just broken out last year, and he wasn't quite the player that he is this season. And they didn't have an Aaron Gordon last year, even though they had a guy like Jeremy Grant. I'd say Aaron Gordon is a bit of an upgrade there, in my opinion. So their team is better, this year than they were last year. It's no question. Losing Jamal Murray takes away their closer, takes away a great deal of their scoring. But he's not a traditional point guard in the sense that he's not running your offense, as I like to say, orchestrating your offense. He's not passing the ball all over the place and creating plays for others. That's Jokic's role. His role was to more so be a scorer, and really they have several of them. He happened to be just one of them. So when you consider what a team would be losing when they lose Jamal Murray, in theory, you're saying they're losing the best closer they have, instant offense, fantastic free throw shooting, killer instinct personified. But when you're talking about what's being removed from this team, you say, well, he's just one of many scorers that's being taken off the squad. That's what I say when I see Denver. It's like, okay, well, they still have Aaron Gordon. They still have Campazzo, who's very much ready to step in and be a player. They have Monte Morris, who too is ready to step in and be a player. People forget that Monte Morris, last time he was getting 28, 30 minutes a game, he was putting up big time numbers. And the one thing that stood out about him for me was his mid-range game and his defense. So it's not like they're lacking in the point guard position or like they have to scramble to try to figure out if they can find somebody. They have the personnel to step in and be at least sturdy, while the rest of their team, which are full of stars, can do what it is that they do. I don't see Denver going out in the first round, even without Jamal Murray, to be completely honest with you. As long as Jokic is healthy, Porter's healthy, Gordon's healthy, that team is coming out of the first. Unless they run into us. In my opinion, now that's the thing about the Western Conference. I have to adjust my thinking as well in regards to the seeding doesn't really matter as much because every team is difficult. When you look through 1 through 8, just about everybody's hard. I mean, who they may see in the first round could be the Clippers. It's like, am I really sure they're going to beat the Clippers in the first round? I'm really not. And I guess that's the importance of a guy like Jamal Murray, because he does give you that hair above just about a team like the Clippers or a hair above a team like Utah, as to where if you don't have him, those teams are so good and those teams are so deep and well-rounded that you really do lose something in that regard. But as far as how their team functions, it's not the same thing as us losing like LeBron, obviously, for our continuity's sake, or the Suns losing Chris Paul, for example, or let's go even further, say the Philadelphia 76ers losing Ben Simmons. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's like, when you remove those players, you remove the offense. If you were to remove Jokic, that's the type of issues I think you will have. It's like, okay, now guys can't run their stuff. They don't have the continuity. You can't look like a real basketball team out there for the life of you. It's like, as long as they have Jokic down there, they'll be fine. It's like it's next man up. They're gonna miss Jamal Murray scoring, but to be completely, utterly real and raw with you guys, Jamal Murray is not the most consistent basketball player, and he was not the most reliable basketball player in terms of staying on the floor healthy wise. He was in and out of the lineup anyway. So they are kind of accustomed to playing without him to some degree, to be just completely and utterly frank with everybody. So, like I said, I'm a big Jamal Murray fan. I am not mad. He's a max player to me. Um, I would like to see him get to a point where he's more healthy because he's proven himself as one of the more clutch killers in the league. When I think of killers, I think of him, Dame, Steph. Like those are the names that come to mind immediately. KD. Like these are the real killers in this league. So I don't question his game. It's just whether or not he's going to be able to stay healthy for you. And here, once again, unfortunately, we're talking about a season-ending injury for him, and it's like, you know, he's too young to be having these type of injuries. A knee injury, non-contact. I mean, it was scary, man, and really sad. So now we have to see how long it's going to keep him out. I would imagine not only is he going to miss this season, but I expect him to miss most of next season, if not all of next season. So. Again, it's the opportunities for guys like Monte Morris or Campazzo. Those are two players that are going to get the most out of the situation. They still, excuse me, they still have more than enough down there to compete. But, as far as them being the clear-cut favorite to meet the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals, now I'm afraid they're going to be now behind, of course, Utah and some would say maybe the Clippers. I think they could still give the Clippers a very strong series without Jamal Murray, but they would have loved to have had their closer going up against them. It's just that's going to be a tough series if they have to run into them. So, yeah, it hurts, but I think they go from being the Western Conference Finals team, to being the second round team at this point. It's going to knock them down a round. But I don't think they would have won the championship either way. And all things considered, I think they're still going to make a very strong playoff push. So, yeah, that's what I got, man. Just feel bad for Jamal Murray, though. Get well soon, man. I'm certain he'll bounce back. But when you get knee injuries like this, it starts raising questions about your health going forward. Even though you come back healthy, it's still one of those things where you then now start becoming concerned. So, that's what I got, man. My name is BDF44. Thank you guys for watching. I'm out.